Yeah, ow, finger, ow, my finger, ow, my finger. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today, it's about 2 days after the last video. I actually had to order a tool so I can run my next test on this bike. I don't want to put the gas tank back on here so I can test out the fuel pump, because I believe that might be the reason why this thing left my buddy Josh stranded at his job. His fuel pump decided to stop working on him, which I don't know if that's entirely the problem, but we're going to find out today. Now, the tool I'm talking about is something that that I think may actually help me with all my other stuff that's around here. It'll help me work on generators, pressure washers, lawnmowers, anything that I want to bypass the gas tank and use my own fuel to check to see if it's running right. And that tool is an IV container or IV canister for fuel. So you fill this thing up full of gas or whatever, you put some gas in it. It's got a little vent on the top, which is cool. They come in multiple different shapes and sizes and styles. I chose this one, which was like 15, 20 bucks on Amazon, and which is the reason why it only took 2 days to get here. But anyway, fill it up with gas, and then it's got its own fuel shutoff valve or fuel petcock. And then you take this end and you connect it directly to the carburetor, bypassing your fuel tank altogether. This now is a substitute for the fuel tank of whatever equipment that you're working on. In this case, for me, it's a motorcycle. Now, the reason why I'm using this is I'm going to plug it up directly to the carburetors and bypass that fuel pump, and then I'm going to start the bike and see if fuel flow was the problem. Because if his fuel pump was not working, then that's probably one of the reasons why I left his ass stranded. So, we're going to use my new we're going to use my new tool and get into this engine. Going to fire it up, and we're going to see if it'll actually stay running and if it'll work as normal. Alright, so let's just dive right on in. I'll pull all these out of here. I have not cleaned up his filter or anything yet. That will be later. My objective is to bypass this fuel pump right here. Let me see if you guys can see. Yes, you can see right there. This fuel pump. I've had the bike on a trickle charge or the battery tender. I also don't know the full condition of this fuel filter. So it's very possible if there was no fuel getting through this and, you know, through here, bypassing this and directly, damn it, light, directly into the carbs. If there's no fuel getting in there, then I guess the bike would be starved of fuel. So let's find out if that was our situation. Start by taking this apart. That's bone dry. That's bone dry. Okay. All right, let me fill this up with gas, and we'll take the next step. All right, so I had to do a little bit of jimmy rigging. Apparently the hose diameter is too small compared to the actual spigot that's on here. So I took the hose that was connected to this actual filter, which is this. You guys can see it, yeah. I took this from here, and this actually connects to it, and the hose that I'm using fits inside of here. So we'll see if this works. There goes the gas up inside there, and I'm not seeing any leaks, which is good. We're draining the whole thing. Okay, we'll see what happens. On and go.
Looks like we have a no-go. So let's shut that fuel off. Huh. Alright. What to do, what to do. Alright, give me a second. Let me figure this one out. Okay, I think I might have it figured out. I haven't tried anything else. Okay, so it's carbureted, so every carburetor has a choke. I know my bike has a choke. Where is the choke? Okay, well, no, it's a sport bike. Sport bikes aren't going to be on the side. They're not open like that. They're going to have fairings. They would be on the controls. Where's the choke? Choke. Oh, it's broke off. It won't start, probably because it's not choked. I might need to replace this piece. All right, full choke. It's got gas. What do we got? What do we got? Believe it. It is slowly burning it all off. It's burning all that gas too. That's good. All right, so fuel pump was a problem. Well, I'll be damned. That plus a choke. It needed to be choked.
That's what she said.
That's what she said. Oh. She's still cold. Well, that works. Okay, well, I guess we figured out what our main problem was. Looks like he's got fuel obstruction and the fuel's not getting where it needs to go. And this fuel bypass worked exactly how I expected. That is fantastic. That's excellent news. Oh my God, I'm freaking excited. Okay, so now that we've determined what caused the bike to stop running, I went ahead and I let Josh know, and he replied back with
give me a price list on everything. Well, yeah, let me go ahead and start with a price list so I can get that over to the owner, and we can go from there.
All right, now that I've got my list of all the things that I need, I have sent the prices and everything over to the owner, which is Josh, and he will get back to me later on. But in the meantime, I need to go ahead and clean out this air intake. I'll probably just wipe all that down. That doesn't need the serious attention. What does is this filter. This is a K&N air filter. I don't know if you guys can see, but you can barely see through it. It's got a bunch of oil and trash on it. They do have stuff that you can spray on them and clean them, but let me show you how I do it. I'm pretty sure a lot of other people do it too. I'm going to take before and after pictures. I put cold water and Dawn dish soap in here, and I'm going to take this and just dunk it in and let it soak for a while. So let me take a quick before picture and then let it sit for about an hour. Let that Dawn break up the oil, and then we'll go from there.
While the filter's in the process of soaking, we're gonna go ahead and attack this bracket here, because this one here is bugging the shit out of me. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this off, disconnect this so you guys can see all the way across, and I'll take another picture from above so you guys can see what I'm talking about after I remove it. So this bracket here, this bar is straight. Well, fairly curved, but it's mostly straight. You look at, you see that? And where's my finger? Oh, there's. See how this pulls down and there's huge gaps? Let's see if we can close those gaps up and make it look like it's supposed to be there. Now there's many ways to correct this. A lot of folks will try to get a hammer and just pound that back into place. Some folks use vice grips. Yes, you can. However, there's a better way to use this. Alright, a better way to fix it. Crescent wrench, guys. Or an adjustable wrench, or what do they call it? A Mexican speed wrench? Is that what it, yeah, I think that's what they call it. Anyway, let me go ahead and pop this off of here. Unplug it so I can remove it. I said come off. Ah. And this should come free. It should pop off. There we go. I'm pushing it straight off. And then there's your cluster. It's free. See how badly bent this is compared to this. It's straight. So grab your Mexican speed wrench. And close it up. Alright. You really should be able to take those rubber grommets out, but let's see if I can do it this way. Very little amount of torque. You can kind of bend it down a smidge if you have to kind of just reshape it, but you just work with it. So that's what I'm going to do from the inside. I'm just going to reshape it. Let's see here. I wonder if that's a little bit high. I mean, sitting next to it, it looks straight. In the camera, it looks a little off. Let me see if I can adjust that where you guys can see what I'm seeing. Zoom out. Focus in. Yeah, I'm going to leave it like that. Good.
Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and put this back. Let's see how that lines up. It should be effortless, and it is. Oh man, perfect, 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 perfect. I can just pull this straight out, and as you put it back in, fairly effortless. It's because it is not in a bind anymore. So I'm gonna go ahead and put the bolts back on here, or put the nuts back on, connect everything, and call it quits up here. All right, back at this air pump, listen to me. Back at the air filter. You can already see the Dawn dish soap working on that oil. See how it's breaking it up? All this color. See the rainbow colors? Yeah. I'm gonna let it soak until about 5 o'clock. That's another hour-ish. So I'm gonna let it soak and let that Dawn dish soap just break the snot out of that oil that's inside that filter, and then I'll blast it out with some pressurized water, then some air out of the air compressor, and just let it air dry, and we should be good to go. All right, so we're right at about an hour in the soak, and as you guys can see along the leading edge, you probably can, yeah, there's oil. Yeah, see, that's why I like using Dawn dish soap. Take a toothbrush, just go up and down these veins, whatever's in there, and try to break it up while it's under and submerged. Yeah, it's gross. That was clean. And that's our finished product. Let's hit that with some compressed air. Oh, that's way better. All right, I decided to also kind of start on the front of here. Well, actually, I'm shifting my work over toward the front, and I started taking these apart because I wanted to see if I can fix that crack. Look at this. I thought it was just this is a problem. It's not. You got this piece here is broke off on the inside, so I don't know if I can fix that, but we're going to give that a shot. And it's also broke off on the inside here too, and the whole thing is there. I don't know if I'll be able to fix that, but it is worth a try. It doesn't look like that's connected in there. That's not connected in there. It is only connected on the inside of the wheel well. So let me pop that off, and I'll get these plastics out of here. That way I can have access to this, and then I'll also start working on these front brakes. These rotors in here, I'm pretty sure all these pads are going to need to be changed. So I'm going to start taking the brake calipers off. The ones in the back, oh, look at this crap. I'll take a picture and zoom in, but with one hand I should be able to push that wheel forward. I can barely turn that crap, man. And then pulling it. God damn. I should not have to struggle that hard to turn a flipping wheel. I took a little bit of my wheelie clean. I want to see how clean these wheels would get. It looks like they're going to clean up really well. So probably in the next video, this back wheel is going to come off. I mean, in the meantime, while I wait for parts to come in, I'm going to address these brake calipers and see why they're hung up, because man, I cannot turn this back wheel. It is a nightmare to try to turn. But I'm gonna get this fairing, the fender off up here, and then see if I can work on starting to fix these plastic clips. Also work on the plastic clips on the nose of the bike and on the side fairings of the bike itself. So little by little, guys, I will be knocking this out. What is that? What is that? What is this? What is that? Are you kidding me? What the hell is that? Where that? Seriously? They had these bullets up here, and that's what they screwed these into. No. They had them on there. I screwed them up a little bit by trying to get them off that way. That's ridiculous. Yeah, we're not doing that. I'm gonna fix this back. Let's see, you guys are seeing that. I'm gonna fix that. That's unacceptable, guys. I can't do this. Oh my God. Oh my Jesus. Is it the same on the other side? It sure is. Are you kidding me? Let's see here. You guys can't see this, but that just popped free. Really? Really? No. That did not just happen. It did. So that's how they put them stupid things on there. These are ridiculous. I'm sorry. Josh, I know you're seeing this, but these are dumb.
This is redonkulous.
Absolutely redonkulous.
Capisce redonkulous? You know what that means?
If you need to access the front of your bike, this is going to get right on the way. And it's just not practical, man. I know it looks cool, but it just, this is something that can go wrong. These screws are these nuts here will back out, and it can cause your fender to just start doing this when you're going down the road, and eventually it'll start rubbing up against your brake calipers, or not caliper, your brake rotor. It just, you're gonna create more of a problem. So I'm gonna replace that with stuff that will bolt in and you won't have any issues with. So it won't have the bullets like this stuff here. I know it may look cool, but honestly, dude, negative. I'm gonna replace this stuff with bolts that will work. And if you want to replace it later, have at it, but I'm gonna do it right. I went ahead and I took off the front cover. Those are up there now, right there. Yep. Okay, those are up there, and all the hardware that held it on was just horrendous. It was terrible. It was terrible. I will be replacing all that hardware. Man, this needs to be cleaned. Well, that's fine. I'm gonna try to upgrade his brake rotors and his brake pads. His pads are in bad shape. They need to be replaced. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna pop off both these calipers, roll them back, and take a closer look at it. I'm gonna do this for both the front and the rear, and definitely the rear. Try to figure out what's going on with that, because if I can get that free, then I can move the bike around whenever it's on the ground. But right now it is just not happening. This is, he's got some kind of an oil leak going on over here. I don't know if that's his seals or his axle. I'm not entirely sure about that. It looks like he has some kind of leak going on up here. So I will be figuring that out at a later time. But let's go ahead and pop these brake calipers off and take a look at the pads. I will say, these things are not easy. Coming off. Yeah, as you can see, his pads are in really bad shape, so they're going to need to be replaced. He has very little pad left. And you see that he's got 3 pistons, it looks like. All of them are kind of pushed out some, and they need to be pulled back. So he needs new pads. Yes, he does. Yes, he does. And these come out a certain way. I've never pulled them out before. Looks like that's a retaining clip. So let's go ahead and get an Allen wrench for that. I wonder if that's going to be this one. Probably not. It's too... right. I'll be down. How about that as a wild guess? Got the right one first try. I'm gonna break the bottom one. Oh. So that is a retaining clip. I'm keeping my thumb over the middle part, so I don't know if it's going to be spring loaded. If it's going to pop back at me or not. Okay, let's set that down. Pull this off. And looks like that's on some kind of a slide. How does that come? I see how that comes out. There's a little cotter pin right here. So we're gonna pop that free. It's one of the, actually it's not a cotter pin, it's just a pin. And how can I get that to move? Never used this before. Well, there's gotta be an easier way to get this out. Break free. There we go. Break free. That pin is corroded. Holy crap. Look at all that rust and corrosion on it. That's insane. And that's just one side, guys. Oh my god. Now I have a feeling I know why the rear end of the bike is all locked up. Look at that. Yeah, he's got it's got some meat left to it, but it's not enough. Look at that. Look how thin that is. That needs to be replaced. Alright, well, I'm not going to show you guys ticking down the other side. Or maybe I should. I'll just do it on time lapse. But I'll show you guys the condition of the other side. As for these calipers, I will be pressing them back in, but I'm also going to bleed the whole system all together. So I'll get back to that here soon. Yeah, these are just as bad. And these are just as bad. Alright, as for the back ones, these look like they come off in a different way. Requires an Allen wrench. I think I'm right. Must maybe right. Come on. Where are you? Yes. I do. And yeah.
No, God! No, God, please, no! 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 No!
Oh, ow, finger. Ow, my finger. Ow, my finger. Oh, I just crushed the hell out of my finger. Oh. Mm. 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 Yep. I'm gonna feel that tomorrow. Holy crap, dude. That caliper is rolling with the wheel. Yeah, good Lord. God dang. That sucker is on there. What am I missing? I'm not missing anything. That's how it's supposed to be. Okay. What if? What if? Wow. That caliper is grabbing the shit out of that rotor. Oh, okay.
You should get to the point where anyone else would quit, and you're not gonna stop there. No, what are you waiting for? Do it!
Come on, superhuman strength.
Just do it! Yes, you
Oh,
can!
monkey.
Just do it!
How in the absolute shit was I able to roll this bike? Okay. As you can now see, we'll zoom in for y'all. Look at the condition of that. These pads. I don't know how these pads are going to come out. This is a different design. Looks like another pin holds it in. That looks like possibly an 8mm. So let me see if I can get that real quick. Okay, scratch that. It's not an 8mm. It is a 5mm. A little bitty guy. And it feels like it broke free. Let's see if that's what works for this. I don't know if it will or not. Again, I've never taken one of these apart. But I'm about to find out. Oh, never mind. You use that to turn it, and then there's a clip in there. It's hard to show you. You know what? It's not hard. Let me show you. Let me take you guys off of here. Sorry, this is taking so long now. Alright, so there's the bolt head I was turning, right? And that is what needs to come out. Guess what that is? Here. Let me turn this. Guess what it is? It's that clip. Yeah. So you just use this to turn it, have access to it, and then I guess a screwdriver. In our case, let me see if I can find it. Ooh, I'm gonna need a pick or something. Let's pop that out of there. Maybe some needle nose. Or pin, a pick, something. Let's see here. Is that too large? No, just right. Freeze. I'm actually doing this work through the camera lens. Let's see if I can do this. I might need to go smaller. Nope. There we go. And I said get out. And there it is, guys. There it is. Holy sweet Jesus. I've never faced a brake system on a motorcycle this complicated before. But good thing is we're figuring it out together. Okay. And then we just got to pull that pin out. Just like we did on the front. Which I'm going to need my needle nose again. Grab the head of that and pull it straight up. I need better needle nose. Trying to grab it is not easy. Come on. Straight up and out. I don't know if y'all are able to see that. Oh, that's the pin I pulled out. These suckers need to be cleaned big time. And that's the pinhole that thing was going through. That's what I pulled out. Right. And then we'll just get the plates. Just roll the plates up. Roll them out. Oh, that's how they come out. See, they're originally in there like this, right? But then you take it. Sorry, they're originally in there like this. But then it looks like you take it, come out, and then slide up. As you can see that there's a pin on the back side, and then you grab the other one. Let's see, how does this come out? It just comes out on another pin that looks like it's inside there too. No, it just sits in a groove. That's all it does. If you guys can see, that piston is pushed out. It's stuck out. And this just rests inside there. That's what I'm seeing. There we go. That just rests inside there. It's got a little home it sits in. The pins all line up, and then the other pad, put it over this big pin. This one up here. Roll this back, push it down, slide it in, and then you just line it up on the rotor, and you're good to go. But we're gonna pull these out. I'm gonna take pictures of this, and I'm gonna send it over to Josh and let him know that I had to do this, unfortunately, because the meat on these, they're pretty much gone. I mean, not gone, but they're just really low. He needs new pads. And this caliper here is all hung up. So I'm gonna try to figure out a way to free that up, because now this wheel is free to move. This caliper was squeezing the shit out of that rotor. And that rotor, I'm gonna see about getting him some new rotors. But this here, this boot, this has got to come off. There's a pin inside here. It's got grease on both of them, and that's what allows the rotor. The rotor, but the caliper to travel back and forth. These things need to come out and be re-greased, because I bet you there's some water that got in there, and it probably rusted in place. It wouldn't surprise me. It's hard to tell, but it looks like it. But I will be breaking his brake system down, and we're going to be in better shape later on. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, well, that is going to be a wrap for today's video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the content of it as much as I had making it. Don't forget to hit your notification bell up there on the top right hand corner of your screen. Also, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel, because it helps me out in a great way, more than you guys know. But until then, y'all take it easy. I love you. Good night.